How's it going, everybody? KCB3 here with another what if video. Today my what if video is going to be about what if Nintendo at E3 has the biggest show. Now, this what if video is not going to be very long. It's going to be very short. Out of all three, there's companies, Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo. Nintendo is the one that's not going to actually have the E3 big conference this year. The president said a couple months ago that they want to do smaller events. They want to do something very different. And to me, I think that was a very very big shot point right there, a big bullet point. Because E3 is a time for all the companies come out and actually show what they're going to have on the present day or in the future or next couple of years and whatever. And Nintendo hasn't when Nintendo announced that they wasn't going to do an E3 conference this year, it was kind of crazy. So right now you have Microsoft, Sony, the top dogs right now, and you have Ubisoft and EA. Now Nintendo, to me, I think it can have a big E3 conference. Right now since last year, since it released the Wii U, it has been the underdog to me. Many people can agree with me that it has been the underdog due to a lot of reasons. When it came out, it had some games, didn't really have a lot, but it had a lot of games that actually supported. Just it was getting a lot of trash talk from a lot of developers slash publishers. Uh, Number one of them, the biggest one to my mind right now is EA. EA was saying trashing on Wii U, saying that it's not even mentioned to be this a next generation console. So Wii U, Nintendo actually released the Wii U last year. It's going to be actually the new gen consoles, which is like the PS4 and the Xbox One. And the EA is like saying, I think one of the developers of EA, one senior manager or whatever, says like, y'all not even worth mentioning to be new generation console. Y'all still current console. So that was a big blueprint right there. Saying stuff like it's not very powerful as the Xbox 360 or the PS3. Saying stuff like it won't never have Frostpoint because the system can't handle it, stuff like that. But actually, it's getting a lot of support. I think Wii U by Ubisoft. Um, you know, it's just getting a lot of just blow points from the Wii U. Just a lot of trash talking and things like that. I think just whenever when they do the conference, the smaller events at E3, I think they can actually shine. I think they can actually prove a point. That I think they can bring out the underdog and actually compete on, I guess you could say, high levels. Nintendo was back in the past one of those companies that had a lot of potential on IPs. From the Mario and Donkey Kong, Legend of Zelda, you name it. Some people was like, stop doing the same IPs and it could be repetitive. That is the case, but it's selling a lot. Many people like different types of versions of Legend of Zelda. I know I do. I'm a big Legend of Zelda fan. Mario, Mario, they've been doing stuff with Mario from Mario Kart to Super Mario, and my favorite is when they did it to the RPG style, Paper Mario. I love Paper Mario. So they have a lot of ideas, a lot of good things. From Sony and Microsoft. Nintendo, I think right there the one to have a lot of IPs. Sometimes they be the same IPs, but they be selling quickly. And Nintendo back in the past was one of those companies you can rely on to make great IPs, great first IPs and stuff like that. And I think they can really shine right now. E3, this was to do with Super Smash Bros., which is one of the biggest games for Nintendo ever throughout the whole generation. From Brawl, Melee, the original one on the 64. We may see, Mario Kart, a new Legend of Zelda game for the DS. They may bring back some old IPs. I'm want a Star Fox game because Star Fox, to me, one of those franchises that's very good back in the past. They can bring one back. They can do a Star Fox Adventures 2 when they had Star Fox Adventures on the GameCube. They could probably do a spin-off or a sequel to that. That was kind of different because Star Fox, mostly is around you're in the ship shooting stuff, that type of gameplay. And now they switch it when he's on land, and you get different elements and different types of storylines and different everything. And I think it was pretty interesting. So I think Nintendo has potential. I think they can really do something amazing. Even do them smaller events. So that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what your guys think. Do you think Nintendo, can actually have a big show? They're having very smaller events, but they do have that hidden potential, and they're very underrated underdog right now between Microsoft and Sony. I think they can have something very amazing. And this Super Smash Bros. Brawl is one of their biggest, games of Nintendo history. So that's it. Uh, E3 comes out June 10th. You know, new generation coming, and a lot of games to be announced. KSV3, as always, have a wonderful day, everybody.